All right, all right, all right. Looks like we got a couple people in the chat already. We got Renegade's Garage, Anthony GM85. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But up on panel already, we got the none other than the Southern man, the Cajun, aka Boo Luquette.
How's it going, Raising Cajun?
It's going. How about yourself?
Oh, can't complain. What's my picture look like? Looks fairly decent.
Yeah.
New camera setup.
Mhm.
Uh, Tried this a couple of nights ago, and it was always like uh, lagging, latency. They had a lot of latency in the thing, and I found out what it was. It was the auto framing uh, part of it. I was in that mode, and I was like, still playing with this setup. It's the same setup that Twisted Between Garage uses when he goes live. It's called an X Split. You can see it right there. You see that little watermark.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's XSplit dot VCam. It
Hey,
turns
Mid
a cell
Atlantic.
phone into a camera. Mid Atlantic Tubes. What's up?
So, how has everybody's Mondays gone so far?
Pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna go throw my trash out. Wow. I mean, put it to the road.
Hmm.
Renegade
I
and
gotta step.
Anthony.
I don't want to throw trash out. I gotta find a trash can somewhere.
I got one of them little, I call them Dempsey dumpsters. They on wheels. Got
Missy.
a folding lid on it. What's that? There's Missy Luquette. There's my Cajun baby. Oh, speaking of Cajun, uh, I saw the email I got from you, and then I was looking up raising Cajun, and that garage didn't hit, so uh, I typed too fast or something, and happened to just click on raising Cajun, and the first thing up there was Raising Cajun song by Charlie Daniels.
Yeah,
That was an old song.
yeah. There's a bunch of there's more than a few YouTubers out there with the logo Raging Cajun.
Yeah, this is the a song that he Charlie Daniels wrote. It was a
Hmm.
video. Well, it wasn't a video. Yeah, it was a video, but they had the album cover. Just as a still picture right there the whole time. Talking about them Cajuns down in Louisiana.
Hmm. So it's been a pretty interesting day.
Oh, I thought I
Slept
put
most
my
of the day.
huh?
Slept most of the day.
Oh, okay. That took me a little, I don't know, hour and a half nap, something like that today. We had to.
Yeah.
Missy went and picked up her sister, and she came here and picked me up, and uh, she remembered how to get there once we got on Patasa Road,
Hmm.
Perchville Road. How you say Perch in French, Patasa. And when she got on Patasa Road, she said, "Oh, I remember now. Just go to the end on the gravel road, and our buddy Aaron Smith, the mayor, Aaron lives down there." I'm like, "Yep, sure does." The mayor of Patasa. We go and pick muscadines there when they're ready. He's got a arbor with a bunch of muscadine vines. He's got the purple ones, and he's got the clear ones, the bronze, the scupperdine. He got two, and they grow in together. So, and we put a bed sheet down on the ground, and we tickle the grapes, and the ripe ones fall down on the bed sheet, and we fold it like that, and then we put it in a put everything in a 5-gallon bucket. And a buddy of mine makes wine. We're gonna do that this summer. To go get about 5 or 6 5-gallon buckets full.
Hmm.
I think
No.
his order is like 20 by 20 or 25 by 20, something like that. It's big.
Hey, Renegade, if you want to come up, we'll get you a link sent out if you're able. Mark's Garage Channel.
Mark's Garage. Hello, hello. That's a new name for me.
Yeah, that is a new name. Let's see who that is.
Do you see that heart in the bottom of the comments?
No.
You don't? Okay, I
Uh-uh.
do. That's something YouTube put in there.
Oh.
I can click on it, and there's 100%. There's a like a. You see the things in chat flying around.
No. Hang on. I'm looking. I'm looking at something right quick.
All right.
Looks like he does in a lot of old restorations. Oh yeah, I see. I see Ed Hart down there. Sorry, Renegade. You just get better, brother. Channel Lock Pliers Garage. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep. We're gonna try to do a Monday or a Wednesday live stream on a weekly basis now, depending on what day I have free and what day I have time to do them. But we'll try to get more consistent with it on this channel. And I'm going to try like hell to be able to put out a lot more videos for all the subscribers. Put out one today. Right now, Mid Atlantic, I am sitting in Alabama. Uh, Heflon, Claiborne, Alabama. I don't know. Somewhere on I-20. Lafayette, Louisiana. I used to live down in. Oh, he's Rich 220. Cool.
Channel Lock Pliers Garage. What's up?
That's
His name's Mark
Rich.
Garage. He spent a lot of time in Lafayette. Okay, well, you from Louisiana, Mark? Or just spent a
Uh,
lot of time in Lafayette?
Channel Lock Pliers Garage is Rich 220. That's
Oh,
what
Rich 220 Automotive.
that's what Renegade said.
Okay.
So
Yeah, me,
he's a
Rich
well named channel.
220. What's up, Rich? Hope you feel better, Renegade.
I think he's been having back problems or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, that normally hurts. I know a lot about back problems because I have them myself.
putting in a regulator on the door panel. GMC water pump and seat frame. I like me some old GMC trucks now. Chevy, GMC, any old truck, but Chevy's my preference. I've had quite a few old Chevy trucks. 52 Wrecker.
Recommend the
For big
channel lock
block
speed
Chevy.
grips. The solid pliers for pipe and robust.
My buddy of mine had a 57 pickup Apache. And a
Hey, Rail
52.
9222.
What's up, Rail 92? On me, what's going on? Oh, got to, got to hit the subscribe. There we go, and all notifications on.
That's it. Sent James from Midwest Tour Review the channel link. We'll see if we can get him on tonight.
Okay.
I also sent one to Theo, so never know with Theo.
Gotta have the Theo up on that.
Channel, I'll tell you what, Midwest that's a tough one to get up on a panel. You don't get on too many panels anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say he used to. I don't know why I can't click on the side of the comments and go up and down. Every time I click on the side, it wants to, give me the option menu. I used to be able to click on it and then go up and down. But now, it don't do that no more.
It's being retarded.
It did that about 5 months ago. It was doing that, and then all of a sudden it did right. I could click, in the empty area, and then I could just hit my up and down buttons, and I could cruise the comments like that.
Right.
But it don't do that. Acting up again. I don't know that's on YouTube side. I know because I just refreshed the computer and all that stuff, reorganized all the files and everything.
More than likely so, Renegade, but I've talked to him every now and then. He's normally busy during the week. He did start.
He's in the house.
Hey, Pat. He did start with a new company and stuff like that, so.
Oh, I
And we
just
all.
found out a way to do it. Okay, I just go on that slide button on the right side. I just click on it or right above it, and then I can use my up and down arrow to go up and down. All right, cool deal.
Huh. Change your name because of all the stuff, huh? Nope. This live stream will be drama free. If you got drama, leave it out. You want to talk about it after the live stream on backstage, you're more than welcome. But that stuff is not welcome here on live.
So Mark's Garage lives in Connecticut, but he lived in Lafayette in the 90s. Okay.
Huh. Connecticut. Oof.
Well,
That's
I'm from south of Lafayette, about 35 miles south of there.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you go any further, you're in the water. You're in for me and bait.
Hey, Ken.
Big Woods, Mouton Cove, East Coast Ken, what's up, morning me? Yeah, you saw them flashlights, huh? Brazen?
Yep. I was probably your first view on it.
Yeah, that's pretty swift. Made that 3D printed that little cartridge to go in there with that little 123 battery. I like them little batteries. That's a Duracell there. Johnny found Johnny Best found something on the side of the road one day
Hmm.
and picked it up, and that battery was in a little battery holder, and it had some numbers and stuff on it. And I looked up the numbers. It's one of those air purifier things. Usually those plug in the wall. That little glass thing in it that acts like lightning in the air, and it
Hmm.
puts a good smell in your house. I mean, I like the smell of food when I walk in somebody's house. Watched a
Dennis,
lot
you
of
want to?
hockey games in the Cajun Dome. Oh, okay. What's the name of the hockey team in Lafayette? The Baton Rouge was the Kingfish. Lafayette was
I don't know. I didn't
I
really
think
follow too
Lafayette
much
was. I don't know. I don't get
hockey.
into hockey.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't. I watched a few hockey movies, but that's about it.
They got some good action though,
Mhm.
hitting themselves. Hitting each other with them hockey puck sticks. You know, got them big gloves on their hands and hitting somebody in the face mask on their helmet. Gators.
Ken.
Okay, yeah, the Gators.
Uh,
Also a practice. That works. Well, LSU swept. They swept yesterday, and they're going to Omaha for
yeah.
the Super Regionals for the World Series. I think it's. Look at how many teams are going over there. Like, field guy said, I think it was something like 8 or 12. I thought it was more than that.
Hey, Frosty.
Frosty, what's up?
Metal off. Turn this light on. Wow, that's bright. Oof.
Bright light, bright light, bright light.
Bright light, big city.
Oh, yeah, might as well show that the guts of this flashlight while I got it right here. That's one. It's a Harbor Freight flashlight, and instead of having that little cage in here, that little carriage with three AAA batteries, got the little 123 battery in it.
Huh. Got more life in it.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know. This one I forget how many milliamps per hour. Okay, it's 1.65 amp per hour. It's 1650 milliamps. So it's 1.65 amp. And
Hey,
hell,
Daryl.
a lot of tools come with a 2 amp hour.
Yeah.
So I mean, these little 3 volts, they pack up. But anyway, Radio Mike Cecina, he 3D printed this thing. Got a little 3/4 3/4 inch machine thread screw and bolt,
Hmm.
and the screw head, Phillips head on the back side of this, and use this instead of that cage. Throw that battery in there like that. Put that in there, and boom, you're done. These little bitty, these batteries, they more pricey than triple A's, but I guess rechargeable ones. Hey, come on, smelling like a roller like that. What's up, Daryl? Briggs?
Hey, Scott.
I had to buy a 9-volt battery for smoke alarm. Yeah, almost $10 for one. I got some off of Amazon. I got 4 for $6 or $7, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went to Walmart and priced even the cheapest battery, 9-volt. They wanted it was like $5 or $6 a piece. And I'm like, I came home and I needed a C cell and a 9-volt battery for a multimeter I got. And it's not that triplet multimeter neither. That old 1950 model, 51
Uh-huh.
model. It's that 630 triplet. It's it's one I got off AliExpress for like $15, and it's not quite the size of that triplet, but it's a 20,000. It's a 20,000 ohm per volt meter. So
Mhm.
you can use it. Sometimes you have to use a 20,000 ohm per volt meter in certain work you do, like on tube type stuff.
Right.
You want to, like guitar amps, tube amplifiers. That's all high impedance equipment, and you need a high impedance meter to work on. Or you can do stuff with a digital meter, but there's certain stuff you can't do with a digital meter on those. Resurrect a Honda GX390.
Mountain old mini bike should be a good chance to show some of the tools in action and do some comparisons. Live
A
from
390.
the Volvo stream.
Oh, a Honda engine. Okay. And put that on a mini bike. Gotcha. Okay. I was going to say, is that a
Uh-huh.
car or a motorcycle? But I got you now. The Honda engines, small engines, horizontal shafts. Yeah, this is the live from the Volvo. And all the lean off the dock brakes are sponsored by Grumpy Stacks Tires in Ville Platte, Louisiana, the home of the million-mile tire. We catch that triplet and show it to Anthony. I know he probably he ought to know what that looks like. One of them beasts. Look at that weighs like 4, right at 5 pounds. Hell, they still make these things. And it's family owned. Triplets. They sold out to somebody in the late 80s, I think, 91. And they didn't last but a couple years. And the deal was whoever they sold the business to, if they wanted to get rid of the business, they had to get with the triplet family first.
Hey, Quick Rich.
Which one you got? The 310? Yeah, they still make those things right there. And those things go for 400 something dollars. Truck's running awesome with the depth snipped out. Cut its hair, huh? Cut its nuts out. Castrated as Cummins.
He fixed his comments, literally.
I use it for OBD1 code suites. What, triplet? Well, okay, what model do you have? You got the 310, 630. They still sell all of the whole line that they had in the 40s and 50s and 60s.
Mhm.
Quick Ranch. What's up, Dave?
Let's see.
Yeah, the big block. Yeah, lawnmower engines. 13 horse. Okay. Cam, motorcycle style car. Okay, the slide car. Valve springs, got rid of the balance shaft and open header. And then put on open header. You got a beast. I could imagine.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that 13 horses a horizontal shaft. That. Wow.
Let's see.
Those are made for
Ford.
big tillers and stuff. I was thinking when I first seen the comment on the GX390, I was thinking car.
Mhm.
Ken's got a Honda, so isn't that Del Sol a Honda?
Yep.
Okay, thought so. And and then I'm like, I'm not familiar with no car 390, older Honda maybe. And then I was thinking motorcycle. No, I've had a lot of Honda motorcycles, dirt bikes and stuff, and I don't remember no 390, 350. 450, 550, 125, 150, 175, 200, all in dirt bikes. And then it finally dawned on me the lawnmower engine, so what have you. Another chicken of the tree. Chicken of the sea, chicken of the tree. X-Tech, super cheap dollar. Oh, yeah.
um,
I got a company that sent me an email wanting me to buy a bunch of multimeters and maybe even put my name brand on it. See how much I can get them for. Then I'll get with somebody to see if they want to go in with me on that and share the profits.
right.
Because I know I can sell a bunch of them. Just on YouTube, I can sell a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
And digital multimeter. And then some cutting pliers. Uh, they more for like automotive and electronics, though, the cutting pliers. They're not meant to cut anything over like 2 millimeters, something like that. Small stuff, automotive wires, like in harnesses and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think I can get a good deal on those with name on Cajun cutters. That's pretty snazzy name, I guess. The Cajun
Hey,
cutter, or
Bachi.
Cajun cutters. Hey, Bachi. I know I could probably sell a bunch of them on YouTube.
Mhm. Yeah. If you ever bring out a product, I'm pretty sure you can sell pretty much anything.
Bring what?
Bring anything you want to and sell it on YouTube.
Yeah. To YouTube channels that I know, that know me,
Mhm.
I can put them for sale in the description box. Something like $7 plus a couple dollars shipping. Or
I do believe so. Depends on what you're shipping.
that'd be a couple dollars, $3, something like that. You ship me a bubble a bubble mailer, you know, yellow bubble mailer.
Yep.
I I bought all in all, I bought two cases, and I think I still got, I believe, a bit more than half a case left. Yeah, how many I got? Case 100, 200.
I don't have
I got an account
Frosty's
of
email.
Uline, George account, but that'd be about the only thing I would get from them.
Hmm.
And it's a lot cheaper than going to Walmart.
Yeah, that's for sure. You wouldn't happen to have Frosty's email, would you?
No, I sure don't.
Hmm.
That's unusual.
Thought I had it.
Frosty said, I want to design a stackable plate that holds 6 or 7 different drill bushings plus tap shank bushing. Kind of straight hole jig for installing time certs
In
and
helicoils.
helicals. Okay, that little heart's in my way down there.
Yeah, that thing gets in the way. I don't know how to delete it.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't notice it in my chat when I was live yesterday, but I'm pretty sure everybody else saw it. Got a friend with a CNC machine that could whip them out by the dozen cheap if I could sell some. There you go.
Hmm.
Straight hole jig. Is it drill bushings plus tap shank? Is that like something you screw on the drill bit, something round, like a stop jig? You know, you got a set screw on the side of it, or 2 set screws, maybe 3 round, and then there'd be a bearing, or a bearing bushing, whatever, and hold it in place with those set screws, and that way you have a stop jig like that.
Yeah, uh, possibly.
Um, that's what I'm thinking of from that comment right there. A stackable plate. Hmm. Okay, now that changes what I'm thinking there with 6 or 7 drill bushes. Need to get Frosty up here. Yeah, need to get him up here. I've been live with him in panels before, but he's
Quick Rinse has got his email. He
never.
emailed me, but I didn't. It's not saved.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Frosty, what is the first 3 letters of your email?
Or character. I'm gonna look it up too, just in case I got it.
Um, yeah. No. No, I don't have him.
Get a new box up here. Let me try FRO. No, that's a sheep pirate right there. I forget her real name. She's in the Coney community. She's over in Houston, Texas. Now, if you put an email in the chat, oh PET,
PET.
nope. get Ken Peavy, but he's dead and gone. Him, the professor on Community, lost a good guy when they lost him. That man was a walking encyclopedia of coins. If you don't mind putting your email in the chat, do the .dot .com and all that, so it don't show up as a link. You can put it in like that. Because if you try to
Uh,
put a
I'm
link in that, it won't go through.
I'm gonna drop my email in the chat. You can
There
send
you,
me an email.
there you go. DNA dinosaur.
Yeah, because unless he's a moderator, he can't drop anything like that.
Right. I'll try to recolor those all that text on here and then sand the black off. See how it's kind of faded out a little bit.
Hmm.
If I can get some like liquid paper and fill in that and then let it dry, and I can just take some like some 2000 grit and because all that's inlaid, in grooves. Take some
Hmm.
2000 grit and just rub across there, and I'll have all brand new text on there, white text. Get some of that marker white out. It's made like a marker light, and it's got that tip on it like a marker light. That'd be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Or a white highlighter pencil, but do they make a white highlighter pen?
They might.
I know I've got a pack with several in it, several different colors, but I don't know about white. Because usually paper's white. I got a,
That do.
oh crap, I forgot to go to the print shop today. I got a schematics that it was going to call me when it was ready. I'm pretty sure it's ready today. I went over there Wednesday. Give me a 2 foot by 3 foot schematics on that ham radio. Can't see them little single sheet schematics. Too much stuff on them. Email sent.
All right.
Take care, Ken. That's right. It's 10 o'clock where he's at.
Yeah, try to go on at a decent time.
Peter Chris.
Step on a Lego, Ken. Be nice, Boxy.
Yeah, I've seen her tell him that in other streams before. Man, if I step on a Lego or a jack, I'd die from pain. My feet, and lower, I don't know what's up with that. Man, my feet never hurt like that in my life. And after that surgery I had in that hospital for so damn long, I'm supposed to wear them stockings, but hell, I can't get in them. and
Uh-huh.
it was $60 too for them damn things. And I had some from the hospital, but I couldn't get in
Uh-huh.
them. Yeah, they deadly. That's right. Jacks are too. Now, if I step on a water hose, I could feel it through my boots, and I wear boots. I don't own a pair of tennis shoes. Yeah, I got to go to my heart doctor, make an appointment anyway. He was supposed to find out what's going on with all that, and then my Jeep was broke down, so I couldn't make the appointment.
Peter CHRISTLIE B G. Ah, there it is. Next.
And this SD Bullion had, I don't know how long the sale's going for, but they got silver at spot price and gold bars too, spot. Pretty sure you got to order so much of it to get it at spot, though. Probably just can't buy it 10 ounces. Or maybe 10
Probably
ounces
not.
might be the minimum. I got to go lean over the dock. Be
All
back
right.
in a minute.
Quick wrench, you still in here? No, Botchy's just being herself, Daryl. You know her and Ken has got that love-hate relationship. I am going to take those messages out. Remove it. I'm going to remove that one. So your email's not in there anymore. All right.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. I got to go put that little Dempsey dumpster to the road. So they can pick
All
it up
right.
about 5 in the morning.
Damn, that early. Comes naturally. We all know Bocce. Well, let's see. Add to stream. All righty. What's going on, Frosty?
Hey, Raging, what you up to?
Just doing this live stream. Trying to anyway.
Oh, what time is it in your neck of the woods?
Right at 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. You're not. Yeah, it's 7 here, so you're not too far out.
I'm down here in Alabama.
Huh?
Alabama.
How's
They
business?
got, business is good. If they ever send us a dog on a load, they
Yeah,
try to send a they try to send us a mini that wasn't worth getting out of bed for.
yeah. Trying to get one where you got something to pick up on the way back is the way to go.
Yeah, we're trying to hold out for at least a few more months. Give Panther a chance to where we own the whole truck completely. We don't have somebody else with their name on it, like the finance company,
Right, I got you.
and see what they do with us. If not, well, we'll just yank the contract from them and go somewhere else.
Well, being an owner operator, I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere when it's busy, right?
Yeah, but we couldn't do that when the truck wasn't paid off.
Oh, I see.
That was one of the stipulations for the company that we bought it through.
Oh, do
We had to.
they want you
We had
contracted with one company so you got a steady income, or?
pretty much it's the companies they deal with. It's Expeditors truck sales and leasing out of South Haven, Mississippi,
That
somewhere down
sounds
there in
about right.
Mississippi.
That sounds about right, South Haven.
Hmm.
Oh,
What's up there, Frosty? Good seeing you again, man.
good to see you. How are you?
Good, good.
We lost Dave in there somewhere.
Oh, really? I was busy. I
Got
had
you.
to put two of them dumpsters out. I forgot I had one about a third of the way full. You got a little prototype of that thing?
Not yet.
Not yet. You gotta. Can you draw it on a piece of paper, kind of enlighten me?
I can.
Or enlighten us, I should say. Hey, Daryl. I think I said that already, but
Let's see if I can do this.
Country Mile, what's going on, Theo?
Real simple deal. Now, what I want to do is
can you present him?
just build a simple little
Um,
plate. Just a
no,
real simple little plate that'll accept a couple of drill bushings, and then have another plate that clamps onto the top of it with smaller holes in it that will grab the shank end of the tap. So when you go in there and drill and tap the hole, you want to put a bigger thread in or repair a thread.
there you go. Show that again.
Oh, real simple plate. Now, I had one of these and it worked. I just don't know where it is. It had one hole in it. I'd like to do multiple holes so you can put multiple size drill bushings in it. Now, your first plate just holds a drill bushing. You can clamp it down. I used to, use the clamps off the mill. Find another bolt hole and clamp the thing down to the surface. You'd shoot your hole straight. If you're going through a drill bushing, then you can a couple of dowel pins in the top of that plate. You could set another plate on top.
Huh?
He lost his camera. Oh,
Yeah, another plate on top that would capture the shank of a tap. So when you're tapping, you're starting your tap straight.
Hmm.
So when you're putting in your time search and your Healy coils, you're doing them dead nuts straight.
oh,
Right.
got you. So it's a guide. You muted.
You muted, Frosty. Hmm? See if I can
He look,
unmute you.
he's losing his camera. That's what it is. It happens to me every now and then.
I think
I
I
lose
don't
my
think it's.
camera and it'll mute me automatic for some reason.
I can't do it on my end because it says his mic ain't connected.
Right. That happened to me quite a few times. There's Country Mile Garage. What's up, Theo?
You might, yeah. You muted, Frosty. Is your mic connected? Still nothing. Come on. Unmute. Yeah, it says,
Sorry about
there you go.
that. That's the wife was blowing me up.
Oh, yeah, mine's in the bed sleeping.
Uh, so anyway, I just want to build a little jig and plate for drilling a straight hole and running a straight tap in, and even counter boring the top so you can get a say you're doing repairing a deck, you can counter bore that thing enough, so your time sert or your coil sits below flush. You drag a file across or a stone across to flatten it out, just to make straight holes with. And I think we could sell them if they're cheap enough.
It's
Hmm.
just a guide, huh? To make
Yeah, just
sure
a
it's
guide,
dead nuts up and down.
just
Okay,
a drill
gotcha.
guide.
90 degrees to the deck,
90
or
degrees to
to whatever the hole
the
and thread's going in.
yeah,
Gotcha.
use it on a head, use it on the intake side, use it on the exhaust side, use it on a block. Just something that'll help you drill a straight hole. Especially
Hmm.
if you're doing it in frame and it's you're at an angle, or you're hanging off of a underhood creeper or something. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's easy to fuck things up that way. We give ourselves half a chance, we can do a
You
little.
got one shot at it.
Yeah,
It's hard to redo. When you thread, it's hard to redo that.
yeah. Well, I've seen blocks that come back from the machine shop, because you paid somebody to do it right. You go to slide the head down over the studs and it won't go down. So I'm just thinking a little tool, it would make everybody's life a little bit easier.
Right.
Correct.
I tell you, just a little.
You can fix that with a hammer. Yeah, bend the studs over a little bit. And
Yeah.
then when you take the stud out and go to put the bolt in, oh boy,
Yeah.
you get a cross thread
Well, the worst is
because
old.
it ain't threaded right.
The worst is old big block Chevrolets. I built a lot of hot rod and race motors and bolt motors, and them old iron head ones. Their heads weigh 70 pounds. You pick one up over all those studs. If it don't want to go down, or when it finally does loosen up and drop, you turn all your fingers purple.
Yeah, broken pinky.
Yeah,
That one.
boy, whoever built the original Merlin heads, they were 95 pounds. They ought to be shot.
Yeah, a lot of technology needs to a lot of technology needs to be looked at and maybe redone. But some of it's right on. I mean,
We were stabbing a foot on a big V6 outboard, and the outboard was upside down. It was off the boat, wiggling it. I had my hand in there. Inside, we had about that much space, like that. Then I was turning the shaft a little bit, and when it went, it went. Johnny, he didn't have a good grip on it, and it slipped out of his grip, and it mangled that pinky.
eesh.
It never did come back straight. Never did. And then I got arthritis growing in it.
Oof. One Ford
Oh,
7.3 head is
7.3
120
head.
pounds.
I believe it. Like to know what a one head off of a 1271 Detroit weight. There were two mechanics in the engine room of a crew boat, and they had V twin 71s in there, and they were putting on a head, and another boat backed into them. It was an accident. The controls wasn't right. When you the guy left the captain left the controls in the wheelhouse in reverse, and when he went to the stern controls, he didn't have no control like this because he didn't put them in neutral. Okay, he wasn't used to the boat, and they were putting a head on an engine, a 1271, and
Mm-hmm.
I had twin 71s in my boat, the Jenny B. I'm the captain that backed up into him.
Oh no.
Yeah, good thing nobody got hurt. V1271 Detroit, if a 7.3 head is 120, I'd imagine that 1271 head would be about 350, something like that, more than likely. That's a lot of steel, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have, or did they use two V6 heads on them? They had one long cylinder head, didn't they?
Yeah, one long cylinder head, V1271, yeah.
Two blocks and one head, right?
No, it's one straight 12 cylinder block.
Oh, it's the 16s or two blocks.
I don't know. I never had a V16 in a boat I ran.
I think the 16s were two blocks. The 12s were
Okay.
one single casting.
Yeah, the 12s were single cast because I've been down in that engine room many times with those things.
Yeah, when I was gonna redo that '77 Ranger, I pulled the 308 Mercury's out of it,
Bring all the doors down.
and that thing was heavy. I got over $200 of scrap metal in that
Man.
because I guess the former owner, he JB Welded, decided to block. I wasn't taking no chances with it.
No.
It literally had JB Weld on it. When I see
Should
that,
have
I'm like,
used,
no, it's coming out.
some nickel rod
Yeah.
fixing that block like that.
Or even brass. You know, I know guys to braze pretty good for
Mhm.
fixing a leak.
I had a buddy of mine. He had a Jim Brown tractor, and somebody gave it to him. The block was cracked. They didn't empty the water for a freeze or put coolant in it. We had a hard freeze, and the block cracked. But he used nickel rods, brazing it with nickel rods with a cutting torch. Acetylene oxygen, not propane. Not a propane rig, just acetylene oxygen. No propane with the other tank. And then he JB welded, smooth everything out, make it look good. Man, he got that thing up and running. Thing was running real good, and all of a sudden, the head was leaking. The heads were cracked too. So he went and bought three. I think it was three heads on that thing. Yeah, two per cylinder, 6-cylinder diesel. And he just bought three heads and had him a good running tractor. Somebody gave it to him. It was about a 70 horse, 80 horse tractor. 5-foot tires, 6-foot, 5-foot tires, about that wide.
Or the machine shop Keith at. The main cylinder head guy got to be a really good welder over the years, and I used to help him put the starter ears back on the back of blocks sometimes. You know, especially Chevrolets break that corner offs. You know,
Right.
and he would have me stand there with the acetylene torch and heat the thing cherry red, heat the part. We'd get an angled strap and bolt the thing together so the bolt holes were lined up. Once I got that thing glowing, he would go in there with Nyrod and an arc welder, and he would weld it up with the old Lincoln arc welder.
Okay.
They had some nickel iron rod for that,
Right.
and
Yeah, you gotta heat that up
yeah,
before
yeah.
you actually weld it. You gotta heat it. I didn't know you had to get it cherry red. I knew you had to heat it up, but
I don't know if it had to be cherry red, but that's how he had me do it. Get that thing
yeah,
going red, and that
'cause,
would just flow right in there. It was like you were laying down a bead with 6013. I mean, you just drag it across there, and it would fill in he'd channel it out a little bit, and they looked nice when they were done.
CO's did some cast iron before welding, and
Oh, it's hard to do.
he had mentioned that you got to heat it up. I mean, everybody will say you got to heat it up, which yeah, you do. But I just don't know to what extent because I've never welded cast iron.
We used to use that same rod and weld head bolt lugs to the inside lifter valley on the Chevrolets, because two of the cylinders on either bank are missing a head bolt from the factory, just because of the shape of everything and the way the runners are paired. So you actually get a little lug. Somebody used to sell a kit with a nice little machined lug, and you'd bolt it, up to the head and tack it in place, and then go in and weld it.
Mhm.
And once you'd get them in there, they'd hold pretty good.
Hmm. Okay.
You're only putting like 60 pounds on it.
MIG welded exhaust manifold for preheat, 1 inch weight, and weld 1 inch again. There you go.
I didn't think you could do that.
Manifolds, exhaust, or
With a MIG welder.
oh, okay. I see those all around welded. You got one hell of a welding table.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't gonna steal that. 10 people in
Throw,
the act of Congress to steal that thing.
have to throw out a nut and steal that one.
Or next thing I want to do around here, I mean, we've still got some more installation stuff going on, but I think beginning of next year, we're going to get a TIG welder. I want to learn how to TIG weld. It's been kind of a bucket list thing I wanted to do for a long time. Do aluminum and stainless.
Mhm.
You get like me down here on the coast. All your welders, uh, TIG weld.
I did a little bit of welding, just a little bit on a just for a starter welder. I ain't really no pro at it. I'm just a beginner. But I had a cheap little welding machine I got off a website. Got everything I needed. A little homemade trailer that the wife's brother had. That's went to the scrapyard. I tried to take it to a scrapyard, but somebody there wanted to buy it. Offered me $250. That was more than the scrapyard was going to give me. So I towed it over to his place and dropped it. Had a few welds on it.
They got a little green welder with a shoulder strap on it at Harbor Freight now. It's a flux, not a MIG, but a flux wire welder called a titanium. I don't know what it is, a 125 or something.
Hmm.
And I've got one here. I use the crap out of that thing.
Hmm.
And it welds beautiful. It welds better than the Lincoln machine you get at Home Depot.
It's a wire feed, or
Yeah. Wire feed flux welder.
is the wire spool in the machine, or is it in the gun?
No, it's in the machine.
Okay, so you just got a little bitty handheld gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The cords, the cable for the gun's not real long. I mean, I think it's 6 or 7 feet, but it's just it's tempting to grab that over the big MIG machine because it's light and it's so easy. There's no gas to mess with. You just hook the ground up and go.
Bob it down. No gas. Okay.
Well, you got
Well, it saves you money on argon, or whatever kind of type of gas you're using. Usually
yeah,
it's argon, and
CO
I
two.
forget I forget what those new welder laser machines use. I forgot what kind of gas they use.
Hmm.
I think as soon as I can make my way up to Theo's, he's got that engine hoist bracket that he puts on his engine hoist on his cherry picker. We're gonna make one of those together, and he's gonna teach me how to be show me a little bit of welding.
Weave beads and lace beads. different ways to lace them and weave them. 40 pound
Different
screws. Wow, in a week. That's a lot of welding.
difference between a cheap and a big name welder is when you turn it all the way up and really run it.
Now, country mile, is that the duty cycle where it'll start to crap out on you?
Well, it depends on how many amps you got. If you got, say, a 80 amp, 90 amp welder, and you turn it up, you using its full potential, you'll find out what it's made of.
Yeah,
That's what he means.
toasty.
I'm gonna go find me an old either an old Lincoln or an old Miller.
Just a little welding there, Anthony.
Higher duty cycle the better.
See that new type of laser weld? Uh, you don't use the gas all the time. I think you use the gas just to like to finish up. I think dress it up. If I'm not mistaken. You go when y'all get time, Google that laser weld. They had some machines over at the SEMA show this past show they had in what was it, March, April, something like that. They had the SEMA show in Vegas.
Yeah, the SEMA show was in Vegas. That's the show I want to go to this year.
Yeah,
I want to.
Tombstone Lincoln. That's the most popular ones they got.
I'll wait for him.
My buddy
That's
Bradley
the.
Height, he puts on that. He's a big shot over there for that SEMA show. Yeah, they're
I want
expensive.
to. I want to take the YouTube channel to it.
Why
Well,
not?
I can hook you up with Bradley. I think I already hooked you up with Bradley, didn't I? Right?
Possibly. Possibly.
Bradley Height, B&H Customs is what his YouTube channel. Uncle Bradley. Anytime I want to go to the SEMA show, all I got to do is get my narrow ass over there. I go in with him and I get backstage and all that, and rub elbows with the company execs, and get a couple free things.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want to get a good one, is 20 grand for a good one. 10 to 20 grand.
Man,
Yeah.
No, I just
And
want a basic welder. I'm not commercial.
you gotta have if you have a dedicated welding shop and have one of those, it pays to have a booth or some kind of temporary walls around you so nobody can get in direct line in case that laser comes up like that, shoots across the room. That's dangerous stuff. When you turn it on, you got to make sure it's right where you want
Right.
it. I'm gonna
yeah,
try something with my camera right here. I don't know if my camera's hooked up over the Wi-Fi or the computer, straight to the computer. I got it hooked up to the computer, corded, hardwired, but I don't know how it's actually inputting to the computer. So I'm gonna pull this plug and see. Okay. Whoops.
that's out there toward the 605, isn't that? Baldwin Park. I gotta look up that welder. That
I think I
sounds.
had a. I think I had a Mastercraft. I bought it off of Finger Hut.
Oh, is Finger Hut still around?
Yeah, they're still around.
What
I
about
sold it though. I got rid of it. I didn't really like it.
Wish? Is Wish still out there?
I haven't seen that one in a good minute.
You never knew
Which
if
one?
it would show up or not.
Everything I would have showed up. It took a couple weeks to get it, but it showed up. Only thing I really ordered off of there was like fishing stuff.
Yeah. Boy, you want to talk about big diesels? In California, we have got, I want to say three. Well, in Southern California anyway, there's three fleets of big, you know, commercial fishing boats, and then in San Diego they got the big long range fleet down there, and all of these big, 60, 80, 100-foot boats, they're all getting retrofitted. They're pulling out the 1271s, and they're putting in John Deere's, which used to be Lugger Komatsu's. Now they're John Deere's. And I don't know what they're going to do now. They're starting to put the squeeze on them for emissions. There can't be that many of them out there, and their stacks are going in the water. But any way they can make some money.
Yep. It's all about that dollar bill.
But man, can you imagine? You got to cut the whole back of the deck off to get these motors in there, and pretty much redesign everything underneath. And you'd think you'd be saving some space, but those great big sixes, they are big,
Hmm.
big and mean. I've been on a boat. There's a 3/4 day boat that goes out of San Diego. They go down to the Coronado Islands and fish for yellowtail and stuff. And when he hits the throttle on that thing, those twin John Deeres come on. That thing hauls ass.
Timu. No, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of Timu.
I've heard of Timu app you put on your phone. They got all kinds of crap on there.
Yeah, Timu's got some pretty good stuff. Some.
On there the other day.
So they're using JD engines.
Okay, so we're still waiting.
Theo, you have a link in your email if you want to use it.
Do you have the schedule?
We don't have a schedule.
The one has all everybody's schedule?
I don't know what they did with it. Well, you don't know what day you're supposed to work?
No, because remember me and Carson swapped out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday?
You better wait for him to come back.
Pretty sure.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, Adam.
Let me see. Where is Carson?
What kind of boats you were talking about earlier? I missed some of that.
Oh, we got a bunch of commercial fishers. Great big, 80.
Yachts.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to cut the top of the deck to get the engine out?
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
all.
That's shrimp boats are like that too, because once you start the bottom, the keel, and then start the hull, you drop the engine in, then you build the top over it, and all you do is just cut a. There's a spot in the floor in the wheelhouse of a boat, and you actually just cut the roof out of the wheelhouse. That's all fiberglass anyway, unless you got steel hull. and then you just get a crane and you just suck the V8, that 871 or 892, whatever engine you got in there. Mostly the 871.
All right, Daryl, have a good one. Thanks for showing up.
All right, down blue top.
Some of these boats they're running out of San Diego, I mean, were built in the '60s, and then they got long range boats, and the older they get, the shorter their range is. So they move up, meaning they move north, and then they end up in Ventura or Oxnard as overnight boats. They only go about 20, 30 miles out.
Mhm.
And they're fishing islands, so they're always close to the shore. Some of them be in dive boats or whatever, but the the younger of those boats, they're still doing 14-day trips, down the tip of Baja. They'll go way down there. But 14 days means you got 4 days of fishing and 10 days of travel up, down and up. That's
All right,
a
Renegade.
They must be fishing along the way too, though.
Uh oh. Here we go.
Mankind.
Yo,
There he
Hello.
is.
Mr. Country Mile.
how's it going, guys?
How are you?
Goody,
It's
goody,
going.
goody.
Well, it won't be long, but I'll be here for a minute. So,
Oh, we won't be on much longer anyway.
oh, gotcha. Well, you calling
Maybe
it
40,
quits already?
maybe another 45 minutes or so.
Oh, there you go. Gotcha. Hey, Renegade, good night.
Yeah, I can't see the comments now.
Did see Adam popping in? Adam? Yep, there he is. But they're sweet. You said they had Komatsu engines in them? In those fishing boats?
The older ones, when they first come out, I think the pattern was a lugger Komatsu. It was a heavy equipment motor. And then
Yeah.
I want to say John Deere bought the design, and John Deere's producing them now. They're big 500 horse 6 cylinders.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
that
course,
makes sense.
of course, these things are probably 10 and 15 years old now, and I bet they're at the end of their life cycle. I got to
No.
what they're repowering with now.
Yeah, because John Deere will use those for their tractors. I mean, they got 500 horse tractors these days. So
Big ones, yeah.
yeah,
So these engines are built for the water, and they come in with the water jackets, water manifolds, and all that on them. Is it a wet? It's probably a wet exhaust too.
So most of them are wet.
yeah, but it don't really take that much to make it a marine engine on the end of the day, is it?
Money.
I wouldn't think so.
No, because
I think the lugger they had to adapt, and they did that when they built. There was one boat that they built. A guy named Bill Poole built it. It was called the Red Rooster 3. It's a famous San Diego long range boat, and that thing had. I think he built 3 like that. The Royal Polaris, and there's another one I think called the Spirit. Maybe it's the Spirit of America. Well, anyway, they're 3-screw boats. So each of these boats has got 3 lugger Komatsu 6 cylinders in it.
damn.
1,500 horsepower.
Okay. Those are dry exhausts, probably.
Well, generally they run them on 2 until they're coming back, which is what they call uphill. They're coming against the current. Then
Current, right?
but whenever they kick that third motor on, you know it.
I hate to look into the fuel tank. I'm sure you see one of those things going around in it.
I asked the captain when last time I was fishing out of Newport. I mean, what are you turning? He says, "Well, we try and keep it below 1275 unless we're gunning for a position. So they're just in cruise mode all the time.
Yeah.
Once you get the RPMs up to a certain point, your speed gain versus your fuel consumption is
Not worth it.
out the yeah, it's insane. You can
Right.
watch.
Well, and that's the cool thing with the diesel, right? So you just have them just a smidge above idle, and they got so much torque behind them. I mean, they don't even sweat it, right?
No, they're just turning a huge prop.
Right.
You know, they run them probably 1400 max.
Right. Right. Yeah, because in general, a diesel engine, you get the most torque out of them at about 17 to 1800 RPMs. That is their peak torque. So
Now, them big ones, them big three screw boats, they'll chase a school of tuna. You know, or they'll try and dart out there and get in front of them, and yeah, when they hit the throttles, it'll scare you. You better be holding on to something.
and that's on a big fishing boat.
I'm talking 100-foot yacht,
Right. Right.
jumping out of the water and planing out with about 30 drunks on there with hooks in their hands, hooks and squid.
So you're in the so what do you do, Frosty, if I may ask?
I'm an industrial mechanic. I work here in an ice company in Los Angeles. I'm a plant manager here, which means I wear all kinds of different hats.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I'm at the desk or ordering parts or doing dispatch. Other times I'm working on the freezers or packaging equipment, ice machines, compressors. I got to do all kinds of stuff, even some truck mechanics.
Gotcha.
A man of many hats.
Many trades, of which none I've mastered. But it gives you an excuse to have a pretty good sized toolbox.
There you go. That's for sure.
Perfect job for a tool junkie.
Hey, it's no different for me, man. You know, I grew up being a farmer, so jack of all trades, master of none, right? So,
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you a secret. Most drag racers are jealous of farmers because, we get one blown Hemi and some of you guys get 5. How they couple them all together and make the tractor go, I haven't figured out yet. Watching them things pull a sled is amazing.
yeah, it's crazy.
Multi-engine. I don't even know what they call those things. Outlaws or unlimiteds.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they some of them they have like 4 or 5 Rolls Royce engines on them. Those go stupid too.
Or turbines. I've seen them with turbines.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that intrigue me are the John Deeres that they run on methanol. I mean, who'd have thought you could do that? Turbo alcohol John Deere. That thing must make some torque.
Would you call that a drunk deer?
I've seen videos of them where they break the crankcase off, top of the block. Head.
Yeah, or spin the wheels plumb off the axle. Yep.
Wouldn't want that drunk deal running across the highway when I'm driving in a car.
Must take a big set of balls to pilot that thing. Sit on top of it. You're sitting on top.
Right. You're sitting right in front of it. I mean, so if that thing goes, I mean, you're going to catch all of it.
Ugh.
I mean, it's kind of like watching those TikTok videos of people riding on the bows and down in Florida on that in that canal that's always choppy. They got the boats going in and out. Sometimes you lose those peoples off the bow, and guess what? They're in the water.
Yeah,
Well, you find out real quick if shit floats.
Yeah.
Shit in the water that'll bite you there too, don't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That's something I don't think I can ever do is ride through that canal. I mean, you got to be right on point to go through there.
One thing I would like to do, another bucket item, is I'd like to go on one of them cruises. I know I'd have to get on a plane to do it and go, go to Florida, but I'd like to get on one of those cruise ships that goes through the Panama Canal and then ends you up in LA. I'd like to see that. That just, for some reason, that it's always interested me.
There you go, Bocce. Jack
Well,
Future.
we all know you're a master of hooking and starting shit, bocce.
Only during the nighttime, huh, Bocce? Oh, I can just hear the comments from Ken now. It feels on here. Yeah. Uh-huh. I bet.
Hey, bocce, it's your lie. You can tell it any which way you want to. Got figured out, boo?
Yeah. Had a little half a second lag in the camera. I think I got it.
Yeah, camera equipment and computers and all that other junk, they can just go fly off the cliff.
I'm still using my cell phone.
That's what I'm using
That's what
tonight.
I'm
I tried to
using
use
as
a
a camera.
tablet.
Hooked to the computer. I got a AV audio video adapter coming in where I won't need XSplit like Mark. I got this idea from Mark. So Twisted V Twin Garage. And I looked it up and I was like, yeah, okay. It's better than that other one I had, that Nerium or something. But once I get that AV splitter, I'm just hook it up to my HDMI, and I don't need no app or nothing. It's gonna go from the phone straight to the computer or a monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a monitor hung on the wall.
Have to believe the lie.
It's
No, tried to use the
43
tablet, but it wasn't acting right.
As I am going to get on the road here, but I have
Not a lot lizard type of hooker. I'm a crocheter. I think he knows that.
that makes sense. They still have lot lizards out there?
Few and far between. I haven't seen any in the last couple of years.
And we're about 3/4 of a mile from Figueroa here. There are more hookers down there than you ever seen.
They can shake a stick at, huh?
Yeah,
Hey, field guy.
Wow.
What's that field guy? Who that? Go Tigers.
I tell you what, if I ever even stopped, I would get pulled over, and my wife would just look at me this whole time. All these years, every day. I don't even roll the windows down when I drive down that street.
I wouldn't blame you. A lot of those streets down there in Los Angeles, when you go down, no.
It's not one of society's finer places, I'll tell you that. But it's got its good and bad, like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And LA is huge.
Yeah, it takes 10 years to get to one place. Because of the traffic.
because of the traffic.
Golly.
Exactly.
That's one place I really don't like missing my exit. You miss your exit, you can go for the next 50 miles before you hit another one.
You know, unless you've got a local job or something, I don't think a trucker could make any money in California.
They don't really pay too much. I mean, the loads come in there, they pay a lot.
Yeah,
But it's like Florida. Florida really don't have many loads coming out of it either. That's a shit show of a place to go into for a truck driver.
Really,
Oh, it
Florida is
was.
bad.
Yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot going in, but really nothing coming out.
weird. They don't make anything, huh?
No, well, and on
Uh-huh.
top of that, more people are moving there, so they probably consume more than what they can handle in the end of the day. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe that.
hmm
The roads in Florida kind of trip me out. Everything's up on like an embankment or a dike, right? So if you have a big wreck, there's nowhere to go. You're stuck there.
wow, I never been to Florida, so
There's small roads down there.
I liked it. I was in Jacksonville for a week. I liked it down there, but I could see where it would get kind of humid and nasty.
We did
That's what Renegade
refrigerator
got.
for a little while for.
Jacksonville.
Well, we did refrigerator for a little while for this company, and we had to pick up it down there at a fish hatchery. To get to
Really?
that fish hatchery, you had to. You don't want to send a rookie driver down these roads at all. Swift be damned. No, keep them out. Keep
Swift would
them
have a
out.
heyday there, huh?
Yeah.
Might have been
I mean,
Danny trying to
Hey,
be.
hey, Swift will probably send 10 of them in, and one would make it.
That one you decided?
maybe.
Oh, Danny.
Why
Because if you didn't make these turns right,
you didn't
your
ask?
trailer's going off into the ditch.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
What time? What y'all doing?
Waiting for you.
All right.
Anthony said, "Come up North Cali. It's a mess."
Hmm.
Well, Tuesday. I can't.
Oh,
I came in last Tuesday. You need to come in on Friday.
Field guy, what's going on?
Friday.
Only been in California once.
Tuesday.
you're not missing nothing.
No, I figured as much. So
Waiting for your
I've lived there for 6 or 7 years.
this week.
Really?
you know it's bad when you go to a strip bar and then and a gal sitting there hanging onto the pole saying, "I want to come with you because I want to get the hell out of here."
2:00.
Yeah, they're
In a real rough, manly voice at that.
No, this was before that time.
New Orleans got a few of them.
damn tax rate on her tips. It's almost a futile effort.
Right.
Gotta leave him a good sized tip for it to be worth anything.
Waiting for you to come back so we can go home.
Wonder how many views I've got on that video so far.
On your toolbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it come by. I was getting ready to watch it, and then I saw you were live. So
I like that little Versus stack. That's a neat little box.
It just sits right over there on the floor. I mean, I don't have to really get out of the truck if I don't have to. Ain't doing the best, but ain't bad.
Oh, something's weird with the algorithm lately.
Yeah. My shorts ain't even hitting big time views here lately. And I've been posting them at the right times.
No, I had those damn Icon mid-length sockets before anybody else, and I got very few views on a couple of different shorts with them. That could have been like, gold right there.
Mhm.
Oh, Bachi find it amazing that well Bachi, I never go with mainstream, man. I'm always on the back roads, the small towns. That's where it's at, not the big cities.
Mhm.
That's me.
Right.
I've been in Texas a couple times. One time we got stranded in Texas pretty good, and so we seized up a wheel bearing on a trailer, and so we went back to the hotel, and we're like, well, see if there's a bar around here, something or another. Guess what? We found ourselves a hotel that we were going to stay in a dry county. So I look at that gal behind the counter and said, "Are you serious? All you Texans, do all this crazy shit, and you're trying to tell me you're doing this sober?" She looked at me like, "Fuck you, man."
Now, was it because was it a dry county, or just was it like they had ice houses, which is a beer joint,
No,
but not a liquor bar?
this was a dry county.
Ooh.
Okay,
This is like Lynchburg, Tennessee, Dry County.
because there's certain counties and parishes that you have a beer joint, but you don't serve alcohol, hard liquor, whiskey, vodka, whatever.
Yeah, it also depends on you got some dry counties where they can't sell you beer, so they sell you the cup.
Okay,
So when you go to the bar, you have to buy the cup, and then they
right.
fill up the cup with beer, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Over in Crockett, Texas, it's a city. Uh, oh, below Tyler, it's by Jasper or something. It's off of Toledo Bend a little ways. Crockett, Texas, named after David Crockett, of course. And it's a dry town or dry county, whatever. But they have private clubs, private bars
Yes.
you
Yep.
go into. You have to be a member, or you can be a guest of it.
Yep.
And at the hotels, they have bars in their hotels in that town and county. That's how they get away with it. They just don't have a regular bar room.
Yeah. I hear you, Bocce. It's very common, especially across the South. Small towns or counties that are still dry. Yep.
It's more common than none.
Leftovers from the temperance movement.
Right.
Uh, when they used to have the temperance man come around and give the whole town a big old speech on the evils of alcohol.
Uh,
Well, in old Western days, and he didn't go make it to the next town. Sometimes he did, but he kind of shot up a little bit.
Well, I don't know if they suck, quick rinse. I never tried them.
Shy, bon Dieu.
I don't know. I think I'm second that. Every
Damn, Theo.
every dry town's got to have a still in every other backyard, right?
But they just go to the next town over, right outside of the county.
Right.
Yeah, and then they got roadblocks waiting on you. Greene County like that in South Mississippi, above Pascagoula. They got I forget. Anyway, the county above the county that's Pascagoula's in, they have a liquor store right there by the county line. Keep on wanting to say parish. They got a liquor store right there, 100 yards before the line, and 100 yards after that, there's a roadblock waiting on you. Not all the time. Buddy of mine, his mom was an assistant DA, and he was having a crawfish boil. and he had a couple of cases of beer. No whiskey, just beer. A couple of cases of beer and 2 sacks of crawfish. Usually 2 sacks of crawfish. Yeah, two cases of beer. That's about right. Sometimes 3 cases. But anyway, the cops took his beer and his crawfish, and he had his kids in the car when they stopped him and got arrested. His wife had to drive, and he called his mom from the hooch guy, and man, she got over there, and I mean, she had papers about like that, uh, threatening lawsuits and all that because of the kids and all too. And y'all just did that to get this man's crawfish. I know how y'all work in this county. All right. He says, I'm assistant DA. I see this shit all the time. And they had to get 2 more sacks of crawfish because they couldn't find 2 sacks of crawfish. They already was transported more than likely to somebody's house getting ready to boil them. They had
Hey,
to
what crooked politicians? Huh?
Maybe they were.
They wanted them to have a good old time.
Well, hey, all the ingredients are there: the crawfish, the beer, party time.
Well, it seems like a lot of hell to put somebody through for a couple of sacks of crawfish.
Yeah, and only 2 cases of beer. I mean, it's a misdemeanor. It's not a felony or anything, but you're not smuggling. Okay, it's not like you got 30 cases of beer and you're reselling it. You're getting this beer, you're going to your house, and you're having a little private affair. You're not on the road in the bars and all that, because there's no bars. But anyway, you're not on the roads and drinking in bar rooms, even if they would have them. Hey, Miss Carol. So,
Jamie.
it's and they let go who they want to let go also.
Shit. What are we going to have to do to get Midwest to get on panel?
I don't know.
Go kick him in his ass?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I hadn't seen James lately. It was maybe a month and a half ago or something, maybe 2 months.
Yeah, he only posted a couple videos between here and now, so it's not even like he's been that active on YouTube.
Drive-through frozen daiquiris.
You see that a lot in Louisiana.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ohio has drive-through liquor stores too.
Or can the passenger drink?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
only that's only in Missouri.
In
So
my town.
we've got open container laws out here. So if you got a bottle of booze with 3-4 ounces out of it, and you put the cap back on and drive with it in the cab, you're going to jail.
In Missouri, it's when you have that, as long as you got a passenger with you, as long as it's in the passenger side cup holder, they cannot do anything about that.
Right.
Well, that's a good law.
That's how
Oh yeah.
Good loophole in the law. Good law.
I never said it was bad.
Yeah. They got we got 3 daiquiri places here in town. All of them got drive-throughs. One of them's an actual bar and dance hall. And the other 2, the other 2 are sit down places. And they got a thing outside with big old fans and stuff, and music's piped in there. Whatever music they're playing inside, you can hear outside. Well, that way you can smoke and stuff. Well, you can smoke inside, but if somebody wants to go outside, sit down, it's fine. Got a place for you. And it's around. It used to be $8 for a large daiquiri. I think now it's like $12. Everything went up, so prices of drinks had to go up.
God damn, you got to work. Almost got to work an hour for a drink.
Walmart.
So-
Oh yeah, I forget what they pay. I think they pay $9.50 an hour for cart pusher. cart catcher.
Shit. It's a hell of a lot more than I made when I was pushing carts. I was lucky to make $5 an hour pushing carts.
That's what I got paid when I started. It was $5 an hour and a little punk. You know, what was it, like 14, 15 years old?
Uh-huh. On my first job, I was making $1 a day. And I was just folding papers. So the paper out guy can do his job. I didn't care. I was making money.
How old were you? Like 9 or 10?
Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that was good money at 9-year-old back then.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, let me go to school the next day, buy extra stuff at lunch.
Well,
Yeah.
get something out the soda machine
Hmm.
and the candy machine.
Hell yeah, it'd make you an
When I was
entrepreneur.
in school, it was a dime for a candy bar in the machine. Throw
Yeah,
it
that
in
was
the
the good
dime.
old days.
See, I used to side hustle like that in school. Go to the store, buy yourself, a whole box with canned soda or whatever, put them in your locker, and then sell them for cheaper than what the school was doing. So I made like 25 cents a can. Man, I was a rich man.
Makes sense.
Well, and then if we had a week that we really needed money, we shorted out the soda machine so everybody would come to us.
Put a piece of tape over the slot. Out of order.
Oh no, I had a plug that I connected the positive and the negative together. I just stuck it in there, tripped the breaker, so the sewing machine wasn't working.
Mm-hmm. Smart fella.
Yeah, and then we made sure we had like a couple cases of soda ready to go. Because the first thing what people do is like, "Hey, Tio, you're selling sodas? Hell yeah, come on!"
Well, look at that. Look at that picture on that. That nice old truck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's her 460 right there.
Hmm.
It was that 3/4 ton or 1 ton?
Put 'em in a
It's
Oh, I used to do all kinds of stuff. So I was also selling cigarettes that fell off the truck.
yeah, Lucky Strike.
Danny, you ready to go
Yep,
home?
Lucky Strike and all kinds. And then and if you sell the whole case, it would have a carton all for myself. So
So
that
They
free
had a
smoke.
store by our junior high school. They had a store, and all the kids would go over there. And this guy, he was selling individual cigarettes. I think it was a nickel or a dime a piece
Come here.
for
Hey, with a medal.
one cigarette.
Hey, wood and
And
metal.
yeah, he was selling them to junior high kids.
Yeah, and illegal CDs.
Burn CDs, yeah.
Back then. They just
Yeah.
came out with cassettes when I was in school.
Mhm.
I think cassettes came out when I was in junior high. Before that, it was 8 tracks.
Second straight week of daily drive in a 460 to put it through its paces. Yeah, there you go.
How is it on gas? About
And what did
8
she say?
miles,
She was
9 miles.
no, I think she was saying 13 miles to the gallon, something close to that.
Wow,
It
that's
wasn't
pretty
too
good.
bad actually for a 460.
That is good. Depending on how the rear end on it too. That makes all the difference in the world.
Mhm.
I love my old 60s.
Wood and metal garage. What's up? He said, "How about the fishing line and we'll take to a quarter?"
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever used that.
Getting too technical.
Couldn't make no money with that. Yeah, Jamie says it was straight drive to Kentucky. I got 13 miles to the gallon.
That's pretty good mileage right there.
Yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
Hang on, guys. Hang on, Danny. Let me go check the.
Got free soda that way.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
All right,
All
man.
right. Spent $85 running all week last week.
That's not bad.
Ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
Not for what you're running, no. Ain't bad. Oh. I think she was getting 7.1 today to the gallon with her lead foot. Well, she pushed this truck through hell.
Wow. 30 minutes in traffic. That sucks.
Yeah.
See, I always take the back road, so I picked me up. I picked me up some tin and a bale of straw, a round bale of straw, and a bunch of square bales of hay.
What kind of hay you get?
Just some regular grass hay.
Bermuda, Alicia.
I don't know.
That's your
Usually-
regular hay. Bermuda, Alicia, your regular standard hay, and then you got your probably $15 a bale now for alfalfa.
I pay $4 for it
Alfalfa
for the
small
grass.
bale?
And,
Or for the Bermuda. Oh, we got the diesel now.
well, like I said, it's my daily driver. Boo.
Yeah. What kind of mileage you make with that thing?
If I got to guess, right around the 18.
I was gonna say about 20.
I got to turn it up a little bit, so I think you're not for too long. I'm going to put a little more horsepower to it, but I need some bigger delivery valves and maybe some bigger injectors. So I've done what I could do for as cheap as possible. So
All right.
I think the wife sent me a picture of a Chevy Avalanche that she was looking at.
yeah, thank
I think
you, Wood
she-
Metal. That's
I think
that
she's
one
one-
that I come and swapped.
Hmm. I think she's wanting the Avalanche.
With a 5.3 or a 6 or a 6.0 in it.
I don't know. Maybe with the 5.3.
There's one for sale in our neck of the woods a while back with an 8.1 in it.
Oh Jesus.
I got a buddy of mine. He's coming into more. He's from Baton Rouge, but he lives in Arizona now. Snowflake, Arizona. He got him a new truck, Dodge Ram, diesel, 3/4 ton with the 6.7 in it.
No,
Is
I'm
that a
not
pretty
drinking
good
beer.
engine? That 6.7 a good engine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Valve cover gaskets. Take off 30 minutes.
See, my AC don't cost nothing. I just got to roll the window down. That's my
Oh,
AC.
You don't have the little side vent windows?
Yeah, that too.
Okay, yeah. Turn them toward you like that. Yeah.
And then
460 air conditioner.
and then in the kick panel you got those little valves there too, those little vents.
Right, yeah.
It does make a big difference, those.
18 and back 7 is good. $21.67 gave up the lifters. Oh wow.
Oh, you're at work right now, Frosty?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, it sure looks like it.
I got to check on this cooling tower. Find out if they shut my fans off back here or what. My compressor went off on high head pressure for some.
Man, it's still daylight where he's at. It must be in California.
Got water flowing and no fans. This thing should be kicking on. Go see if this thing's glowing or not. Just when you think everything's working.
It always happens that way.
Oh, it's working. I dig this.
Oh, fancy screw compressor.
That thing wasn't big enough. We bought this brand new 100 CFM Chicago. "25 horse motor took a shit. Shit the bed after 200 hours.
Holy shit.
Damn. That's not a lot of hours.
I tell you, I think the guy that was doing the electrical for some of the install stuff, I told him just to run a cable and a soft flex for me back there and not to touch it, because for warranty, the air compressor guys had to wire it in. I come in one morning and it's already wired in. I think he hooked it up not knowing it was wired for 230 and then went back in and rewired it for 460. And because one leg was shorted to ground on that thing when it quit.
Wow.
Damn.
Hey, good night, Rail.
See you, Rail.
Night,
Thanks for coming in.
Rail.
Luckily, Chicago stood behind it. They warranted the motor and they're paying for everything, but it put us down for a week and a half. And I've been renting that centrifugal diesel unit out there just to keep everything running. This thing uses a fair amount of air. Goddamn robot.
Now, but those screw compressors are pretty impressive.
That they are. I mean, and they pump up fast.
Oh yeah, and they build a lot of air real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I didn't know it, but the lips on the screws are micro drilled, and they drool oil on the inside of that compressor, and that's why you have the big oil separators and the cooling systems on those things. I mean, it's just a huge oil separator in that box, trying to get all the oil out of the
Right.
air, cycle it back down into the system. They got a radiator on them and everything.
What brand name is that 25 horse?
He's Frosty is frozen.
Chicago pneumatic, Cajun. If they ever
25
come back.
horsepower engine is a Chicago pneumatic.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, the other one was an Ingersoll Rand, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the problem with the Ingersoll customer service and support really sucks in their air compressor. And there's way too many parts in that thing that are proprietary. Even the belts to run the motor, and the motor itself has a shaft sticking out the back end that runs the cooling fan. So when something takes shit on that thing, you're stuck going through Ingersoll. With the Chicago, at least if something dies, once it's out of warranty, I can go down to McMaster Car or Granger or anywhere, a supply house, and get parts for it. You know, they're
Who makes that Chicago pneumatic engine?
Chicago pneumatic. Now it's a WEG electric motor, big cast iron WEG in there.
Oh, I thought it was like a gas engine or a
Oh,
propane engine.
No, it's 480 volt. Electric.
Oh, electric. Okay. All right. Okay.
If it were recip powered, it'd probably be diesel. That trailer we got in the back there that's running things now till they finish putting it back together, that's got one of those little baby Cummins Komatsu motors in it. Most of them do. It's a 200-inch 4-cylinder. It's not a B series, but they're little.
Yeah, the series after the ones after that.
Yeah, the little 3.3 diesel.
Yeah.
I've actually got a couple of those in ice chippers, and they're not a bad engine. I think they're 100 horse or something like that. They can be anywhere from 85 to 125 horse, but it's
ice chippers.
Yeah, we have these great big chippers. They look like wood chippers, and they got a 4-inch hose coming out the side. And you dump 300-pound ice blocks in them, and snow comes out of the hose.
Yeah, it's just like for shrimp boats and fishing boats. Same type of setup. And that ice, when it's in an ice hole, it gets hard as a rock in a few days. And you got an ice chipper by hand made out of iron.
Oh, no.
To break that up.
I'm going inside. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah, we're getting ready to shut it down.
Yeah.
Night, Theo.
Thanks for
Thanks for
having
coming
me,
on.
Reagan. Good to talk to you, Frosty.
We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man.
Blue tie.
Blue tie.
We make our winter with those chippers. When the studios are going, we do a lot of TV commercials and TV shows and stuff like that. When they have close-in shots where they got to show you driving through snow or walking through snow, they call us in and we'll do whole streets. We'll go out to the studios and do their whole set. And then people in California don't know about shoveling snow, so they want you to snow their house like it's Christmas.
Oh, okay.
We do people's front yards and stuff like that, or churches and places. They'll do snow events for the kids where they you stack up straw bales and ice them down, and they sled down them and stuff like that.
Go ahead. All right.
So
fun.
When nobody's buying ice in bags, we got to stay living, so we have to do that. It's fun for
we would get the 300-pound blocks when we were kids, and we'd have it all chipped, in big chips, that thick, about that big around.
The closest I can to a CNC machine is the one we got in the freezer that the ice carvers use it.
Oh yeah, ice carvers. Okay, yeah.
I guess
Champagne fountains and stuff.
Yeah, they've got. I guess you'd call it a CNC router. I mean, it's a flat table with a 3-axis router on it, and they can make all kinds of shit with it.
Oh yeah. Up until I was about 17 or 18, we had an ice house in our town. You could go over there and they had 50-pound blocks. What they were doing, they was making the 300-pound blocks and cutting them down to size.
Right.
And now some people like going to the beach, and that's where the ice pick comes in handy. You know, that you put them 50-pound blocks in your ice chests, and if you wanted ice to drink, you didn't chip the ice because a block of ice is not gonna melt as fast. You know, you put all your sandwich meat, lunch meat and stuff like mayonnaise, mustard in there, and then you had your uh, ice chest with a block of ice in it for your beer and your cokes and stuff, and that's the one you used to chip up, for your drinks or ice in your coke or whatever. You chip that with your ice pick. Oh yeah, and they made ice picks real good in the '60s, '50s, and '60s. I mean, that, from what I remember, in the '60s, those ice picks you bought lasted forever. You go buy an ice pick now, the first time you try to jab in a 300-pound block of ice or solid ice, you're gonna bend the ice pick.
Yeah.
Or break it. Back then they made good stuff, quality stuff.
You got to bend it, take it over to the bench grinder. But got great big scoring machines, so they'll take that block, put one big, saw mark down the middle, and then 5 across. So you chip them in, you take your pick real easy and chip off a 25 block. You chip them into 50 and then cut that in half, and you got 25 pounders.
Might have been 25-pound blocks we get instead of 50. I know I couldn't pick one up when I was 6 years old.
That's kind of your standard up there. Different bag sizes and the mock block there.
Now, is that your outfit right there?
No, I just work here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you at work? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought you was at your house early. You was probably in your office.
yeah. Once this machine drops a good batch and doesn't shut itself off, I'm clear to go.
Now, do y'all
Well,
have
yeah.
a ice? Do y'all have an ice drop machine too, where y'all have, chunks of ice and y'all shovel in people's ice chests and all that?
Well, we bag it, but we do have a crusher where it'll come right off the line, and we can crush it into a bin or into an ice chest or
Okay, so y'all don't have a machine that makes chip ice, cube ice.
we make tube ice. We don't have a flake or what do you call that? A plate. We don't have a plate machine.
Okay, all right.
There,
Yeah, something that's on in the ceiling of a big cooler unit, freezer unit, and your ice just drops down and it forms a hill after a while. And you just go in there with a bobcat and move it around. That way you don't get a big mountain,
oh,
all the time.
I should show you what we have is a walking floor ice bin. Now I know they use them for grain and corn and beans and stuff like that, but we've got one with a UHMW floor, and it actually walks the pile forward, and then there's a rake mounted to the front of it that rakes it down into a screw conveyor, and then it goes into the machinery.
Oh, okay.
So the whole floor moves forward about 3 inches, and then when it cycles back, every third board moves. So every third board slips back to its start position. Then the next set slips back to start. Then the third set, and then all of them together push forward. So it just walks the pile around, and then there's a leveling screw on top of it for when it's filling. We got big tube ice makers in the back that are actually making the ice. Let's see if I can walk back there. It's gonna get noisy, so I'll mute it when I get past that one door. I'll show the kiddies how ice is where ice comes from.
Yeah, and in every town on the coast down here, you have 1 to 3 ice plants that blow ice on boats. Or they'll blow them in the ice chest, whatever you bring over there. They'll put them in that. What they do, some of them, what they do, they make the 300-pound blocks and then they chip them. like what y'all do. And some ice plants have the cooler unit
Huh.
with the head on top, and it just drops the ice. Hey, try
I
this.
lost
Turn
you.
your phone sideways. Turn your phone sideways, like
Oop,
horizontal.
I
Try
kind of
that.
muted him. Hang on, hang on. I'm just pressing buttons here.
I want to see if I can get that landscape view on this camera.
Hey, Destroyer 1320.
Well, that's a destroyer. Man, that looks like a distillery.
Construction going on back here. See, that one just come in through the roof. That's brand new.
Huh.
Should start spitting it out here. And we'll see it go up the screw conveyors and dump out in the bin. It's just damn noisy back here.
I hear that.
But yeah, we're well over the 2 hour mark, guys. We're gonna start saying the outros. We get this one shut down for this week.
Oh yeah, we'll start off with Frosty tonight.
How's that? I couldn't.
We're gonna go ahead and shut the stream down. If you want to say your outro.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Raging, thank you for having me.
No problem, no
I sure
problem.
do enjoy
Thank you for coming.
you guys.
All right, everybody, y'all know the routine. Oh, appreciate you sending me the link and having
When are
me
you
up there,
coming on
Raging.
again, Raging?
Depending on where I'm at next week, it may be Monday. Then again, it may be Wednesday. It's hard to say with me, but I'm gonna try like hell to do a weekly live stream now.
Cool.
It'll either be Monday or Wednesdays.
I'll keep my eye out for it.
I'll catch you on a Sunday too.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 2 o'clock your time.
Oh yeah, now my bin's filling up. I got some going in.
All right, Cajun.
All right, everybody. Well, appreciate the link. Appreciate you having me up. Good seeing everybody again. Good seeing you again, Frosty.
You too, man. See ya.
All right. It's always good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. At Blue Top.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody in chat. Thank y'all for showing up and participating. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these every week, either Monday or Wednesdays. Um, Sundays, make sure y'all catch Cajun's live streams at on his channel, usually 4 p.m. Central, whatever time y'all time that would be. Theo's is 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. You got Polar Bear Ed. You got Daryl's live stream. You got Renegades on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make sure y'all catch everybody's live streams. Field Guys, he does a live stream. Also, you got to go over and subscribe to his channel. He's got some really good content over there. But we'll get these live streams hopefully with more viewers on them as I continue to do them every week. And maybe every once in a while we'll do a live stream giveaway if I get some more viewers. I'm hoping to get Midwest Tour Review in here, get him to break his silence on YouTube. We're hoping. But nonetheless, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a great week. Make it a profitable week, safe week. And like always, keep those wheels spinning, you beavers grinning. And we'll definitely catch you on the next one. Peace out.